YouTube. I am Stephanie here in the kitchen, and I am a meringue amateur. That's right. Today I'm making vegan meringue with Potato Protein Pro. I'm the amateur, but I'm using the pro product, so I'm going to show you at home that anybody can make meringue first time. That's right. So all I have here, I'm starting off with a couple of basic ingredients. This is the Potato Protein Pro product. See, it's just this very nondescript white powder, but it has pro qualities. So I'm gonna be putting that here into my stand-up mixer. You can use hand mixer here today, but today I'm gonna be using this stand mixer. Oh, my lovely assistant is coming over here. These come in 20-gram packs in one of these boxes. So you just open up the pack, how easy is that, and stick it into your bowl. Now, I'm gonna be combining this pro with some water. This is just 160 grams of water. And my pro here, dun, 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 dun. How easy is that? The left and the right. Locking it down. And now some noise. So now I'm gonna be mixing this on medium speed. So there you go. Remember, I'm the amateur, not the pro. I'll be right back. This recipe has kind of 3.5 ingredients. It just has the pro, the water, sugar, and then just a pinch of sodium bicarbonate or bicarb soda, wherever you are, that's what we call it. So right now, all I'm looking for is to create, I'm looking to really dissolve the powder, and I'm gonna put in that pinch now of my bicarb. So pinch, just a teeny weeny bit. There's my pinch. Look, it's not salt, but look, some over my shoulder just for good luck. There you go. So now we just want to make sure these dissolve nicely. Look, I see one area that caught. So I'm gonna scoop that around, lock that up. Back on medium. Okay. And then now it is important, chefos, that you use a fine sugar. So you don't want to have a big, you know how when you ever make iced tea or cold drinks and you put in like a traditional sugar, granulated sugar, you put it in and it's really like chunky and crunchy in your mouth. You don't want to use that type of sugar because it's not going to work. It's not going to make the pro meringue. So I'm going to be adding, while it's mixing up here, you want to add about 1/3 of your sugar. I'm going to move it up to medium high. See, I'm getting some. There we go. Get the better angle there for you. All right. Keep going. So now, I'm going to keep letting this go. A little more sugar. Sugar. Now in this recipe, you can add aromas if you like. I'm not gonna add, I'm a purist, I'm gonna just use the basic. But I am for color, because we're actually going to Greece soon. So Greece's flag is white, which is gonna be the traditional meringue, and then blue. Ooh, my off-camera friend looks like he came over here. Do you have anything to say, off-camera friend? Pro, do you wanna come look at my peeps? I'm getting there.
Yeah, it takes time.
Pro says I'm approaching peak status. Not there yet.
So you want to get it nice and fermented before you add the rest of the sugar.
Okay. Can I turn it up a bit? Okay. A little more noise. There you go. So we want to get nice firm peaks before I add all the sugar. So I don't have peaks yet. You can see it's definitely a little liquidy. I am going to be using a piping bag, chefs. So in the meantime, while we're stirring this up, I showed you at the beginning of the video, I am going to use a little star tip to create this beautiful meringue.
Tell them what the difference is between potato protein today.
Question was, what's the difference between gerbe, potato protein, paniseg, and this pro? Well, paniseg is a whole egg replacer. So that's replacing one or more of the traditional 8 functions that eggs do. So those include things like coagulating and leavening and aerating and gelling. But gerbe is used for making macarons. That's a specific mix for macarons.
So it can handle the weight of the almond flour.
Exactly, that's right. Because that's a very, very specific type of recipe, and it's specifically designed just for that one thing.
What's potato protein?
Potato protein is pure protein, pure potatoes, and it typically it can be used for meringue, but it's also used for things like mayonnaise. It's used to replace egg whites.
Mostly used for mayo.
Mayo. Yeah.
So this protein, potato protein pro, formulated specially for.
This one is specifically, especially for meringue. This is what we're doing here today. And anybody can do it. You don't have to be a pro. It's called pro, but you could be an amateur like me. So it's getting thicker in there. We can't rush it. Getting better. So these meringues are going to be cooked or really baked or dehydrated. They're going to be in an oven or dehydrated at 60 degrees C. And what's great about these is these will keep for months. As long as they're in a closed container, these are very stable, and you just wrap them up and they'll be great for months. See, they're getting stiffer, but it still doesn't look like it's stiff enough. Right now I'm at the consistency, to me it looks about like a wet marshmallow, which is still not peak-like. I'm pre-peak. But I can see it coming up. Definitely you can see the volume. And it's definitely getting stiffer in there. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this fun little thing in my bag. So here I just have my piping bag. I put my tip inside, cut the end. And then now this is where you get messy. I'll tell you, I hate making a mess, but it's worth it. When you see these, when they're done, whoo, beautiful. So I'm going to be looking kind of like it's going to almost look tie-dye-ish. And so you just want to take a teeny weeny bit of this color. And now, again, here's when we get a little bit dirty. You just want to put this on the inside of the bag. We're gonna stripe it. And it doesn't look like much now, but when we make the stripes, yep, it's gonna be beautiful later. All right, looks like we're gonna come back. I think we're ready to put the rest of our sugar in. I'm gonna check my peaks. That looks stiff enough to me. Yep. I'm gonna put the rest in. And finish this on up. That's the important thing, to make sure all that wonderful sugar is dissolved. All right, we're almost done there. So now the pro told me the way you can figure this out, you want to take this and you want to, this is the field test. Oh, I actually feel a little bit, it feels a little bit sugary. So I want to go back in there and finish it off a little bit. It feels a little bit granulaty. You know, you don't want that. So I want to go just a little bit longer. Test number 2. Nope, just a little bit longer. Third time will be the charm. Oh, okay. I just showed the point of that at the beginning of the video. All right. Now, here comes the fun part. Now we're just going to fill up our bag and then pipe these bad boys onto our tray. So look at that. So now you can see, once you get this meringue in here, even the amateur can do this. Just want to get that in there. You can start to see some of the color. A little bit of a tip, which I didn't do already. You can turn this over. It makes it a little easier to fill. When I was a little girl, I used to love doing a lot of baking, but I never had any fun stuff like this. I did have the Easy Bake Oven. I'm curious, if anybody out there, tell me if any of you are amateurs, tell me if you ever had one of those Easy Bake Ovens. Curious. All right. So we're getting this all in here. And then now I want to squish this down so you can see how it's really kind of tie-dyed and striped. And now, bring this down. I'll show you how these first ones aren't gonna have the color on it. And you can use more than one color. How groovy is that? It's like the summer of love. Very hot here. So you want to do these kind of make them like kisses. You can make them different sizes. These are really nice. I've seen our pro here put them on celebration cakes. They can go as toppings in ice creams, brownies, sky's the limit. Or you can just eat this batter plain. Meringue is...
You can fire it.
Oh yeah, you could fire it. There you go. So look, I got a little bit of the red in there. Remember I talked about tie-dye. So like, these are actually looking very patriotic here. They almost look like they're French, but remember the inspiration was Greek. So the blue is winning out over the red. I'll tell you, this is the funnest part of all. I love this. To me, if you did like the red and white, you know, I'll tell you what, there's a reason I don't like the red and white. And you know why? Ever since I was a little girl, the red and white ones all remind me of peppermint. And I was never a peppermint person. Did you like peppermint, Jess?
Yes.
Did you? Actually, the red and white I think would be wonderful for, they're Christmassy, like very
You could
candy
even put,
canes.
like, yeah, you could put mint essence in there.
Oh no.
Why not? You could do red and blue and make Christmas ones.
Yeah.
Dip the bases in chocolate when they're baked or something.
Ooh. Did you hear
Or
that?
you can join them together so it's like a little
Cookie.
yeah, like a cookie or something. Chocolate and mint.
So these are beyond fun. So remember, we're gonna pipe these out, do the rest of these. We put them in an oven at 60 degrees or a dehydrator just until they're dry. And remember, like I mentioned, chefs, these are gonna have a nice long shelf life. So you can do these ahead of time and just keep them in a nice airtight container. And you can wow your friends. In fact, I have some people coming over on Sunday. They're gonna be wowed. They're gonna think that I'm a pro, but believe me, I am absolutely the am. I'm the amateur. These look fun.
I like the different tones.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm curious. Anybody try this? Quick, easy, delicious. Product will be out next week. So get your orders in. Don't be shy. Don't be late. Potato Protein Pro. Potato Meringue Pro. Woohoo! Look at that. So get into the revolution. There you go. How cool are those?
Really pretty.
Loving it. Check back later.